Hey everybody. So imagine that you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You have a child who's having a low blood sugar issue. As a matter of fact, they're so low they're potentially slipping into a coma. Or they're in their low 20s, low teens, and you need to boost them up really fast. You're going to go ahead and you're going to get your Glucagon Emergency Kit. This is a pretty scary apparatus, and to have to deal with it the way we have to deal with it, potentially at 2 o'clock in the morning, half asleep. I mean, it's straight out of the movie Pulp Fiction. So, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not really caring about those. You look at the instructions. What we have here is we have an expired one. And with the expired one, what we like to do, since we haven't had to use it, thank God actually, and they last 6 or 9 months, something like that. What we like to do is we like to practice. So we take the unit, we have the little instructions inside here, which shows that we pop the cap off this unit, we inject the fluid into here, we swirl it around, we draw it back up into the syringe. Okay, so we take the cap, we pop that off. Again, remember that you're doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning, waking up half asleep. Potentially your child's in the middle of a seizure. Who knows? Any number of things could be going wrong. So we've got our needle here. This is a pretty serious needle. When you consider the size of it, it's like I said, it's straight out of a Pulp Fiction apparatus with a nice big huge point on it. We take this, we inject all the fluid into here, we swirl this around, shake it up. We're basically looking at a glucagon injection. Pop the needle back in. This is much thicker than our normal insulin. Draw it back in. Get out the big massive air bubbles. And there you go. So again, we just like to do this as practice with the expired ones. And a good thing that we haven't actually had to use these. It's always a thankful. It's one prescription you don't mind refilling that you haven't really used, because that's actually a good thing. Draw it back in. Now you're ready to inject it. Generally with these, you like to do probably the upper thigh. Try and get it into the bloodstream as fast as possibly can. I'm sure inside that instruction book somewhere that tells you the proper places to inject it, but again, 2 o'clock in the morning, half asleep, child possibly seizing up, going through a seizure, and just a scary situation all the way around, that you really do everything as fast as you possibly can. And that is your emergency glucagon kit.